Chelsea have made Moises Caicedo the most expensive player in British football history with his £115 million move from Brighton this week, beating Liverpool to the star midfielder. Caicedo had only spent one full season with Brighton following his 2021 transfer from his native Ecuador, but quickly established himself as one of the best in the Premier League. Chelsea had been after him for months without success, but ended up gazumping Liverpool's £111 million offer to make the 21-year-old latest addition under Todd Boehly's leadership. Caicedo has worn a number of different shirts throughout his career to date. The number 8 was handed to Caicedo in Brighton's under-23 setup before a promotion to the first team came with the 25 shirt, which he has worn ever since, although a loan to Belgian side Beerschot brought a return to 6 and spells back in Brighton's youth setup brought the 10 and 8 shirts. On the international stage, Caicedo has worn the number 23 shirt in each of his appearances for Ecuador. Chelsea recently announced a raft of new shirts numbers for summer signings and existing players, with as many as 10 changes for those who were at the club last season. There are still, however, good options for Caicedo. The obvious choice for a defensive midfielder is 4, which has the added bonus of previously being worn by a player that Caicedo idolized growing up, Claude Makélélé. The 25 shirt he wore for Brighton is also currently vacant if he wants to hold onto a bit of continuity after so much upheaval. First broken by RMC Sports' Fabrice Hawkins, The Athletic has confirmed the reports from France of Olise clause being activated. Chelsea are hoping to complete the £35 million signing soon, but Micheal Olise is not close to a return yet. The French winger picked up an injury over the summer during the U21 championships and could be out until the end of September, per The Athletic. It is believed that Micheal Olise has already agreed to personal terms with Chelsea, so there are likely no roadblocks left in this deal to overcome. Micheal Olise was one of the most dynamic and influential players in the Premier League last season. He was among the top in assists and is a phenomenal chance creator. Current teammate Joel Ward described Olise as a special talent. Olise is primarily used as a right winger but has plenty of experience in an attacking midfield role. Once he recovers from injury, he will likely become a regular starter under Pohettino, making the £35 million release clause look like a bargain down the line. They aren't done after that, though. As the top flight has covered, Crystal Palace's Micheal Olise, a striker and a goalkeeper are all items on Pochettino's shortlist. New reports suggest that Chelsea is about to tick one of those off the list. Southampton star Romeo Lavia is due to undergo his Chelsea medical later today. The Blues have struck a £58 million agreement with the Saints to sign the Belgian international and are hoping to finalize a deal soon. Lavia spent some time back in Belgium before returning to England for his medical with the West London Giants. The Saints star has been the subject of an intense transfer battle between the Blues and Liverpool but will make the move to Stamford Bridge to link up with Mauricio Pochettino's squad. Lavia looked set to move to Anfield as Jurgen Klopp targeted the former Manchester City Academy product in a bid to reinforce his midfield options before snubbing the Reds. The deal includes an additional £5 million in add-ons, with Chelsea spending under American owner Todd Boehly now on the brink of breaking the £1 billion barrier. Mail Sport revealed on Monday that the Belgian had accepted a move to Chelsea as Lavia joins Chelsea's new £115 million signing Moises Caicedo in rejecting a proposition from Liverpool. The 19-year-old's arrival in West London comes shortly after the Blues added Ecuadorian star Moises Caicedo to their ranks for £115 million. The West London side have also triggered the £35 million release clause for Crystal Palace winger Micheal Olise. For the third transfer window running, Chelsea's spending is the talk of football. More specifically, it is Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital's seemingly insatiable appetite for large transfer fees that is dominating the conversation. A deal worth £115 million, $146 million, for Brighton midfielder Moises Caicedo has ensured that Enzo Fernandez held the British transfer record for just 6 months following his £106 million move to Stamford Bridge. Liverpool, edged out in that pursuit, now appear to have been deprived of their secondary midfield target after Southampton's Romeo Lavia also made his preference Chelsea, and the clubs agreed a deal of £53 million plus £5 million in add-ons. That means Bowley and Clearlake have committed north of £300 million in transfer fees on central midfielders alone in 2023 once deals for Leslie Ugachukwu and Andre Santos are factored in. Overall, the numbers are even more staggering. Lavia takes the total transfer fee commitment past the £900 million mark since Chelsea's new American owners assumed control in June 2022, and they are not done yet. A new goalkeeper should replace the loan departure of Kepa Arrizabalaga to Real Madrid, and the club would like to add 2 more attackers, and all this without the revenue from a primary shirt sponsor yet, or Champions League participation in 2023-24. No other club in the world is operating this way, and it is fair to say that Chelsea's approach is ruffling feathers. There are growing whispers of rival clubs complaining to the Premier League about their spending, the manifestation of a broader disbelief inside and outside the game that such outlay could possibly be compliant with UEFA's Financial Fair Play (FFP) regulations, which allow clubs to lose around €90 million over a 3-year period. What is more, last September they were placed on an FFP watchlist by UEFA due to the size of their losses. Yet Chelsea believe they have a strategy that will keep them on the right side of club football's financial controls. A big obstacle to understanding what Chelsea are doing is that the way most people routinely think about football transactions, namely, by focusing almost entirely on the transfer fee, is often not the way that most football clubs think about them. And certainly not Chelsea. Here is an example. Club A signs a player for £50 million and gives him a 5-year contract worth £100,000 a week. Club B signs a player on a free transfer and agrees to pay him around £400,000 a week. Which player do you think is more expensive on a yearly basis? Chelsea are selling, not just buying. But is it enough? Bowley and Clearlake have generated more than £250 million from player sales in the past 3 transfer windows. Around £200 million of that has been made this summer, primarily through the departures of Kai Havertz to Arsenal, Mason Mount to Manchester United, Mateo Kovacic to Manchester City, and Kalidou Koulibaly and Edouard Mendy to Saudi Pro League clubs.